In this lab, we're going to be working with Amazon EBS, Elastic Block Store. Uh, so the overview of this lab is Amazon Elastic Block Store. Amazon EBS is a scalable, high-performance block storage service that is designed for Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud or Amazon EC2. In this lab, you learn how to create an EBS volume and perform operations on it, such as attaching it to an instance, creating a file system, and taking a snapshot. So we have here an EC2 instance. We're going to be creating a volume. We will attach the volume to the EC2 instance, and we will create a snapshot from that volume. Okay, so by the objectives for this lab are going to be, by the end of this lab, you will be able to do the following: create an EBS volume, attach and mount an EBS volume to an EC2 instance, create a snapshot of an EBS volume, and finally create an EBS volume from a snapshot. So this lab is about 45 minutes. So I have the management console open. So I'm going to skip this section. First thing we're going to be doing is we're going to create a new EBS volume. In order to do that, we're going to go to the EC2. In this step, we see that we need to go to the EC2 dashboard, and we click on it. In step 6, we're going to choose instances, which is, we have this menu here. We can go to instances here. And next step is going to be in the EC2 number 6, an EC2 instance named lab has already been launched for your lab. Step number 7, not the availability zone for the lab instance. The reason why we need to pay attention to the lab availabilities to the EC2 instance availability zone is because we're going to create an EBS volume, and that EBS volume has to be in the same availability zone as the EC2 instance. So, okay, so let's look for the availability zone. In this case, this is the VPC subnet. Okay. Okay, so we need to find the availability zone where this EC2 instance is located. So we're going to have a networking here. So we're going to be clicking on networking because that's part of the availability zone is related to the network side of that. So the availability zone, it's here, US West 2A, okay, US West 2A, which is the first availability zone. Okay, so we have written that down. Next, so we have noted that that was step number 7, that this is the availability zone, US West 2A. Next, in the left navigation pane for Elastic Block Store, choose volumes. This is the menu that appears here in this hamburger menu, and I'm going to choose step 8, Elastic Block Store. It's here, and I need to choose volumes. Okay, so I click volumes. It says that we're going to see an 8 gigabyte volume. That is the one that's attached to the EC2 instance, and this is the root volume for that EC2 instance. Let me see. Yeah, it's attached to an EC2 instance, which is the lab EC2 instance. Okay. Next, I need to, in step number 9, this is what we're going to do. Choose create volume. I'm going to click on the create volume. The type I need to select is going to be GPT-2. Right now I have selected GPT-3, GPT-2. And the size that I'm going to select is going to be 1 gigabyte. Okay. And the availability zone is going to be 2A, which is the one that it's already selected, so I don't need to do anything, but I just verified that that was the one. And the next step is, that's pretty much it. I need to add in the next step, says I need to add a tag. And the tag that I'm going to be using has the key of name and the value of my volume. Okay, so that has been added. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Okay, okay, so that's the one. Next step, in step number 11, says create volume. So I need to create a volume, which is down here at the bottom. And then we see here that it says that it's successful in creating the volume. Okay, so it's ready. And that is good. Okay, this is the one that I created, my volume. Next step, in task number 2, I'm going to be attaching this volume to an EC2 instance. So what I need to do is I need to select the volume, and then that's step number 12. In step number 13, from the actions menu, choose attach volume. The actions menu, I'm going to select attach volume. For some reason it's not. Okay, it may be, let me see, might not be fully ready. Let me see. Available? Oh yes, well it's available. Okay, let's see. Okay, so probably wasn't completely ready, um, but it's available now. So what I'm going to do is from the actions menu, choose attach volume, and then step number 14, from the instance drop down, this is the instance drop down, I'm going to be selected my lab EC2 instance. Okay. And the device name that I'm going to be using is going to be the /dev/SDF. This is actually going to be the path that's going to be associated with that volume in my EC2 instance operating system. Okay, and then the next step is going to be step 15, and that says attach volume. I'm attaching the volume, and I just have to wait till it's attached. I'm going to wait a moment. Okay, and in this case, I need to make sure that the volume state for the new volume is in use. So this is my volume, and let's scroll and see what it says for volume state. This is the volume state, and it's in use. This is exactly what we wanted. In task number 3, we're going to be connected to the lab EC2 instance. And in order to do that, on the okay, so step number 16 on the AWS Management Console, in the search bar, enter and choose EC2 to open the EC2 Management Console. So in this, I'm going to go to the EC2 Management Console. Oh, well, they want me to do this EC2. And then I click here. This is going to take me to the EC2 Management Console. Well, unfortunately, I cannot fit everything here. But pretty much what I'm going to do is I need to go to, once I get to this is the EC2, I click on instances. This is step number 17. Click on instances. Then on step 18, I need to select my lab instance. In this case, it's hidden here, so I have to scroll down. Okay, there it is. I need to select it. And then I need to connect to it. There are two ways in which I can choose the connect. And one of those is click here on the connect button. The other one is I right click here and I have connect. Okay. Probably the easiest one is just click on the connect button. And I'm going to be using That was step 19, connect. Step number 20 is I need to select EC2 instance connect, which is this one. And by the way, in this particular case, we can do this because we have the security group that's attached to the EC2 instance has it's allowing traffic, inbound traffic on port 22, which is SSH, from the internet pretty much. That's why we're able to do this. So next step is click connect, and this should bring me to the console of the EC2 instance. Okay, so this is the console of the EC2 instance. Let's continue with task number 4, creating and configuring the file system. So in this task, you add the new volume to a Linux instance as an ext3 file system under the /mnt/data-store mount point. So what we're going to be doing is going to be step number 21, to view the storage that's available on your EC2 instance. In the EC2 instance connect terminal, run the following command. So we're going to use this command, and we're going to see the different we're going to see what the type of storage that's attached to the list of the storage that's attached to this EC2 instance. Okay, and you should see an output similar to the following, something like this. We can see that we have something similar to what we see there. This result shows the 8 gigabyte disk volume. That's going to be the root volume for this machine. It's this one. And step number 22, you need to create the ex3 file system on the new volume. Run the following command. So in this case, it's going to be sudo mkfs. Actually, let me clear the screen. So it's going to be sudo mkfs. That's the make file system /t ext3. That's the file system. And this is, well, actually, this is the device, dev sdf. Okay, so I did it. So by doing this, we have applied an operating system to that device. Now, what I need to do, this is the part, I think I made a mistake when I said that we were going to mount it to the /dev/sdf. This is the one that we're going to mount it to, okay, to this directory. So this directory here is going to be, whenever we navigate to this directory, that directory will be associated with the volume that we're going to be mounting. Okay, so I'm going to clear my screen again. It's going to be, I'm in step number 23. So what I need to do is sudo mkdir /mnt data /store. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm creating a directory by that name. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm simply creating a directory, okay? Because that directory doesn't exist. Next step is going to be to mount the new volume. I'm going to run the following command. So it's going to be this one. So let me see. Well, in this case, I can copy it here. Well, let me see if I can. Okay. Let me see if I can copy it. Paste. Oh, no, that was the same. That was the previous command. Let me see. Sudo mount /dev data store. Oh, yes. Okay. And echo. Okay, so I'm right now about to hit enter for this next one. Okay, so there were two commands here. It wasn't, for a moment I thought it was a single command. There are two commands. This is one line where we're mounting uh, on this directory. We're mounting this device, this volume. And then in the next one, we're just doing an echo. Yeah, we're just using the echo command. And so let's see. So the last line in this command ensures that the volume is mounted even after the instance is restarted. So that's what we're doing with this command here. Number 25, to view the configuration file, to see the settings on the last line, run the following command. So it's going to be cat and then /etc fs stub. Okay, so that's the configuration file. Next, we're going to do to view the available storage again, which we did the first command that we issued earlier. I'm going to clear the screen. So the command is going to be this one, 26 df-h. That is that command, and we can see we can see that information, and we can see this is the mount point. This is where that oh wait, let me see just a moment. What is the one? Oh yes, it's this one. This is where we mounted that. This is the directory where we mounted that device. Okay, so let's continue. I know that it was 1 GB, but in this case it's going to be 924 megabytes. Okay, so let's continue. Step number 27. To create a file and add some text on the mounted volume, run the following command. So in this case, this is step number 27. So we're just going to be creating a file in that directory. Okay, so sudo sh -c echo some text has been written, and then the redirection, and then we're going to type in /mnt/data store file.txt. So we're pretty much writing to this location, to this directory in my file system on this machine. I'm going to be writing this file.txt. Okay, so I do that, and it didn't complain, which means it worked fine. Next step is going to be to verify that the text has been written to your volume. Run the following command. So I'm going to do a cat of the location of the mount point for that volume, data store /file.txt, and this is what we wrote. You can see here some text has been written. Okay, that's what we see there. So that's pretty much what happened. So let me show you the location of that directory, by the way, so you can see. So right now I'm in the root directory, cd /. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this location, the mnt directory, and then I'm going to go into the data store directory. And if I do a list, I'm going to see that file that's called file.txt. That's going to be the only file there. Okay, so well, there's this lost and found, but this is the one that I created. so you can see that. Okay. Now we're going to be creating in task number 5, we're going to be creating an EBS snapshot. So in this case, I'm going to go back to my management console, which is here. Um, and then we have here that Amazon EBS snapshots are stored in Amazon Simple Storage Service or Amazon S3 for durability. New EBS volumes can be created out of snapshots or for cloning or for restoring backups. Amazon EBS snapshots can also be shared among Amazon Web Services accounts or copied across AWS regions. So what I need to do right now is I need to go back to the menu that okay, so just a moment. Okay, so what I need to do in step number 29 on the EC2 management console, choose volumes. In this case, it's going to be here. I'm in the EC2. Yeah, you can see it says instances. So I'm in the EC2 dashboard. So in this case, I need to go to volume, Elastic Block Store, and then I need to go to volumes. And that's that. And then in here, I need to select my volume, which is this one. And the next, this is step number, let me see. Yeah, step number 29 was this one. Step number 30 in the actions menu, choose create snapshot. This is selected and I'm going to select create snapshot. Okay, and then in step number 31, I need to add a tag to my snapshot. Um, Let me see, do I need to add anything in the description? Create a snapshot in the tag section, add tag. Okay, so I don't see any description for this snapshot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in step number 31 in the tags section, click add tag, and then the tag that I'm going to be adding is going to be the key is going to be name, and the value is going to be my snapshot. And once I do that, I can click create snapshot. That would be step number 32. And then in the left navigation pane, choose snapshots. The left navigation pane is going to be the one that appears here in the dashboard. And this is part of the Elastic Block Store, and here is snapshots. So I'm going to click on that. So that's going to be step number 33, snapshots. And here we have a snapshot with a size of 1 gigabyte. Okay, that's the snapshot. It's a snapshot of a volume of 1 gigabyte. So let's see. Okay. Next step. In the snapshot status of your snapshot, let me see. Does it show that it's pending? Oh, it's completed. It was a very small file, so it shows completed. Okay. Next step is the snapshot status of your snapshot is pending. Well, we know that it's completed now. After completion, the status changes to completed. Only used storage blocks are copied to snapshots, so empty blocks do not use any snapshot storage space. So what happened here is from this space, which was 1 gigabyte, we only created a single small file, which is this file. So the only information that's going to be contained in the snapshot is going to be this single, whatever amount of bytes this takes, that's the size of the snapshot. Um, In this case, it says that the volume from which we created the snapshot was 1 GB, but like I said, in reality, whenever you create a snapshot, only whatever sections of the volume contain data, that is whatever gets whatever is included in the snapshot. Okay, so let's go to step number 34. In your EC2 instance, connect terminal window, delete the file that you created on your volume, run the following command. So I need to go back to my EC2 instance. Right now I can see the file clear. If I do a list, it's file.txt and it wants me to delete it. So I'm going to delete it. Sudo rm for remove or delete. Well, I'm already in that directory. Actually, let me go back to my home directory. cd tilde takes me back to my home directory. So then I can use the commands that I'm told to use here. So I'm going to remove it. Okay, sudo /mnt data dash store /file.txt. Um, let's see what happened here. It says command not, oh, I forgot, rm remove sudo rm /mnt data dash store /file.txt. You see that it didn't told me anything, which means that it was successful. Okay, in step number 35, I need to verify that that file is gone. So I'm going to do an ls of mnt /data dash store /file.txt. And that file is gone. It cannot access the file. It doesn't exist. Okay, so the file has been deleted. Fortunately, we had created a snapshot of that file. When we created the snapshot of the volume that we attached to EC2 instance, we created a backup of that file. So that's a good thing. So let's see. So we got this message, cannot access the mnt data dash store /file.txt. The file has been deleted, no such file or directory. Now I need to restore the Amazon EBS snapshot. If you need to retrieve data stored in a snapshot, you can restore the snapshot to an EBS volume. So from the backup that we created from the snapshot of the volume, the way that we can recreate that file is by creating a volume from the snapshot. So that is the procedure that you need to follow. You cannot restore the snapshot onto the existing volume that's attached to that virtual machine. Instead of that, uh, you need to create a new volume, and in that create a volume from the snapshot. That's the main idea that we need to do here. So let's go back to in step number 36. It says that we go back to the management console, and we're still in the volume section, in the snapshot section of the EBS, and it's telling me here, select my snapshot. This is the one that the one that contains the backup. In the next step, I need to step number 37. It says that in the actions, I need to choose create volume from snapshot. So in this case, create volume from snapshot. Okay. So let's see. They tell me for the availability zones. Remember that we could potentially create this in different availability zones. It doesn't tell me here. Let me see. It doesn't tell me here what SSD what SSD general purpose drive to use. I'm going to use two, general purpose 2. And the size that it's choosing is the size that was originally in the, let me see, just a moment. Yeah, it's the size of the volume from which I created the snapshot, which is 1 GB. Okay, and then I need to select the availability zone. It has to be the same availability zone as the EC2 instance because we are going to end up attaching this new volume to the EC2 instance. So that's why we need to make sure that it's in the same availability zone as the EC2 instance. Okay, so I have done that. So that was step number 38, the availability zone. The next step, number 39. Uh, when it comes to tags, I need to add a tag. The tag is going to be, the key is going to be name, and the value is going to be restored volume. Restored volume, okay? So I have added that tag. In step number 40, choose create volume. So I'm creating the volume from the snapshot, which will restore the file that was contained in the volume from which we took the snapshot. Okay, it says that it was successfully created. Status is completed. The reason why it went so fast is because the snapshot only contained a single file, so it was relatively quickly to create. Okay, so now what we're going to do is what we did previously, where we attached the volume that we created, the first volume that we created, we're going to attach a second volume to the EC2 instance. So we're going to be following pretty much similar steps as we did before. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need to go to task number 6, attaching the restored volume to the EC2 instance. So I need to select, so I need to go to the volume section here in the EC2 dashboard, and I need to go to Elastic Block Store, and then I need to go to volumes, and this is the volume that I created. It's called restored volume. So I'm going to, so this is step 42. I'm selecting the restore volume. And then in the actions, I need to click attach volume. At this point, this volume is kind of like floating in availability zone 2A. So because it's kind of like floating, it's not attached, we can see that the status of it is it's available, it's not in use, and is not attached to any EC2 instance. You can see that doesn't display anything regarding the EC2 instance. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to attach, I'm going to go to the actions menu and attach volume. Attach volume. And then step number 44, in the instance dropdown, I need to select the lab instance. That's the only one in this lab. And then the device name in this case is set to /dev/SDG. So, and then we're going to click attach. By doing this, I'm attaching this volume to that EC2 instance so that it will be available to that EC2 instance. Okay, so it says successfully attached. You can see here it's in use now, and it is attached to the EC2 instance called lab. Okay. Next step is going to be to, let me close this. We need to go back to, let me see, to create a directory for mounting the new storage in step number 46, to create a directory for mounting a new storage volume in the EC2 instance connect terminal, run the following commands. So I have the EC2 instance connect of that, of the lab EC2 instance right here. So I'm going to clear this, and then I'm going to create a directory where we're going to be mounting. Well, for now, at this point, I'm just creating the directory. mnt data dash store 2. This is the new directory, okay? And then the next step is I need to mount the new volume to this directory. So I'm going in step number 47 is going to be sudo mount /dev sdg mnt dash store 2. Let's see. I think I made a mistake. MNT. Oh, it's called data store. Sorry. Yes, you can see here I made a mistake. It was data store 2 and I typed in this one. Okay, so let me repeat the command. It's sudo mount /dev sdg and then /mnt dash mnt / and then data dash store 2. So this one here is exactly the one that we have over here. Okay, sudo mount /dev /sdg and then the directory that I created earlier. Okay, so once I do that, now when I navigate to this directory will show me the contents of the new volume. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a look at what's in this directory. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply go to that location. So I'm going to go to mnt /data dash store 2. And now that I am in this directory, I can see what's in it. So if I do ls, you can see here is the file txt. This is what I'm doing. What I just did was I took a look at the newly attached volume to that machine. And what it contains was, remember that this volume was created from the snapshot that we created from the first volume that we attached to that virtual machine. And so we pretty much restored the data by having used this snapshot. Okay, so in conclusion, we created an EBS volume. We attached and mounted an EBS volume to an EC2 instance. We created a snapshot of an EBS volume, and we created an EBS volume from a snapshot. Okay, so this is the end of this lab, and pretty much what I just need to do is just end the lab, and that's going to be the end of this. Okay, so I hope that you have enjoyed this. Please, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Thank you very much for the attention.